Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week when you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth. He does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy. Yo, party people, what's good, everybody? Just saw it. Seemed like I just saw y'all. My man Anthony D is on the way. He'll be here in a few short seconds. Man, welcome to Old School Knicks. So we're gonna talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Salute, salute, salute. DSJ is in the building. Tibbs is in the building. Bronx Kicks for Life is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, salute, man. Salute. Alawaz is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. This Indiana series has got me fired up, man. I love beating Indiana in the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the flip side of that is I hate losing to Indiana in the playoffs. I hate losing to Indiana in the playoffs. No lie. So I just got a message from. Let me see. So I just got hit up by my man Jay Boogie. Yeah, just got hit up by my man Jay Boogie. So just had to respond to that real quick. Salute everybody. How y'all feeling? Queens in the building. Wiz says OG Knicks. I wish OG was playing. I wish OG was playing. Alawa says, gotta say happy Mother's Day to Nick Nurse and Rick Carlisle. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, man. Happy Mother's Day to Nick Nurse and Rick Carlisle. Happy Mother's Day to those dudes. Let me see. I got to do a wardrobe change. Hold on, everybody. Had to do a wardrobe change. I just realized how yellow that hat was. Yeah, y'all. So nothing is more of a rock in my shoe than talking about the Indiana Pacers. Maybe the Miami Heat is a rock in my shoe. Maybe the Boston Celtics are the original rock in your shoe. Right? But man, nothing bothers me like rivalries in the playoffs. I legit would rather play non-rivals in the playoffs. I would rather play Cleveland, Orlando, Philadelphia, you know, than to be playing old school rivalries at this stage. Now, would I mind playing against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals? Of course not. I'd love it. I'd love it. But at this stage, before you get to something, before you get somewhere with something, get before AD get here, I just want to clear my mind on something real quick. Tyrese Halliburton ain't him. Miles Turner, he ain't him. Now, Tyrese Maxey is a dog, bro. But Tyrese Halliburton had that look in his eyes like he wasn't ready for prime time. Is that because of an injury or whatever it was? I'm not sure. Miles Turner, they look worried. They looked concerned. Dante DiVincenzo, on the other hand, looked like he was ready to shoot. Tyrese Halliburton scored 35 of the softest points you ever felt in your life. Pascal Siakam scored 26 of the most. Well, no, I take that back about Siakam. I felt like Siakam wanted the ball more. Miles Turner, I felt like he was a complimentary player. Wiz says that's mad disrespectful to the mothers. They probably file a protest to the league about Knicks fans and Lawrence Tears old school Knicks chats. Maybe. Maybe they'll count like Wiz. It'll be 78 counts. Wiz right. They'll file all 78 counts. They'll have a list. They'll have their head coach out there snitching. They'll have the people out there snitching. But I just want to say this Indiana team doesn't feel like a championship contender to me. This Indiana team feels like to me they're a year or two ahead of schedule. This team feels like they should be in the lottery, but a lot of things went their way. That's what it feels like to me. Now, am I right about that? Maybe. Am I wrong about that? Maybe. But I just don't feel like I feel like a healthy Knicks team would be this series would already be over. But since we're not healthy and we got to play the games anyway, we got to just go out there and do the best we can do with what we have. And they still can't beat us in my mind. Bricks Nation is in the building. Ernesto is in the building. Otherwise says these Lawrence tier celebs just think they can have us waiting all damn day. Get AD ass out here. AD probably somewhere mixing drinks, bro. You know how it is, bro. You know how you got to have that Bailey's on the rocks. You got to have that right, bro. You got to have that Bailey's. You got to have that Bailey's right, man. That's the only thing you can drink this time of day. Can't be out here drinking Hennessy this time of day. But my thing is my thing is with the Indiana Pacers, I think they've proven to us already that they're not really built for these moments yet. I don't think they're excuse that. I don't think they're built for this moment. I think they're a year or two away. In a year or two, I think they're going to be a very dangerous team. But for right now, in this moment, I don't see them as threatening at all. And DSJ says, gotta have vodka and milk just right. Who you gonna call? Gut busters. Yeah, man. So what are we gonna do today, everybody? A hobbled Knicks team. Your best player is hobbled. You got 7 people out due to injury. What are you gonna do against Indiana? And I know the easy answer, the blanket statement of the universe is, man, as somebody, hey, people got to step up. Man, we know that already. People got to step up, even if there were no injuries. We got to step up despite injuries, right? I honestly think my personal opinion is we have to see more Alec Burks, right? And we have to see more Precious Achua. Alan Wise says, is AD getting too big for the label? Yeah. He was hinting at the other day, he was hinting at doing a solo album with outside production. And DSJ says Brunson needs to be more of a playmaker than yeah. And hey, man, Brunson, hey, I'm not saying don't shoot, right? I'm not saying don't shoot, but can we at least let somebody? Can we at least let other people touch it? We need like a touch it remix or something. We need some type of touch it remix with everybody get to do their thing on it. I'm not saying don't shoot 30 times. That's not what I'm saying. But can you at least let other people touch it before you shoot and just get the ball back? Let others touch it, get involved. And if the ball will find you, the ball's gonna find the guys, right? But Brunson with the dribble, 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 dribble. Yeah. Bronx Kicks for Life says, don't force the issue. I'm with him. There are times there's times where you could be aggressive, but at times, you don't want to force the issue. And what I'm saying is value the basketball. And I preached that on the 718 boys, and I probably went over the line about about valuing the basketball, having situational awareness, knowing when to attack and when to value time and score and possession. All these things mean things. The Knicks faded down the stretch of game 3, right? We faded down the stretch of game 3. I think we scored 8 points in the last 8 minutes or something like that. Because we dribble. One person dribble. Andios is in the building. Salute. Salute. Yeah. Otherwise, I said we only scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. Yep. Because we had a one man army. Sean, he never been taken out. He keep MCs looking out. He dropped rhymes like Cosby dropping babies. Enough to make a. I think we need to see more Alec Burks. And not more minutes. I'm not saying Alec Burks needs significantly more minutes. What I'm saying is more Alec Burks impact. He played 21 minutes. Play Alec Burks 21 minutes this game. Right? Play Alec Burks 21 minutes this game. But this time when he's on the floor, at least allow the veteran presence to have a presence. Eddie F is in the building. The Untouchables. The Untouchables are in the building. Eddie F. Eddie F says he's just better at dribble than Julius, but still not optimal. Yeah, and there's a difference. Like dribble at power forward is too much. Dribble, pump fake, jab step, pump fake, rip through, jab step, pump fake, all of that. Yeah, yeah. Just give the ball up, man, and reset. But Jalen Brunson, though, against a set defense with 10 people with 10 sets with 10 eyes looking at him. Jalen Brunson dribble, and setting up his man to get into a shot. I get it. I get it. But 39% from the floor is not optimal. Ten for 26 from the floor is not optimal. You don't want your point guard taking 26 shots. You don't want your point guard to take 26 shots just to get 26 points. At that point, return on investment is not the same. And I know Brunson is a weapon, and I knew he needed some time to get going, but I would much rather had seen Jalen Brunson with 20 shots and 13 assists and 26 points than Jalen Brunson forcing it. Bronx Kicks for Life says, yo, our bigs need to put their imprint on this game. Yes. What are you guys thinking about Jericho Sims? Jericho Sims played 4 minutes the other night, right? What did you think about Jericho Sims? Any Jericho? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes. If you're asking me, am I questioning what Tom Thibodeau? Am I questioning what Tom Thibodeau was doing? No, not really. I think Tom Thibodeau has probably been the best coach in the NBA playoffs so far. So far, Tom Thibodeau has been the best coach in the playoffs. In my opinion. Would I like to see Jericho Sims in this game? Yes. Every time they bring in that dude, Zeke Jackson, I'm bringing in Jericho Sims. And I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm not talking trash about your son, right? I'm not Miss Jackson. I'm not talking about your son, right? But happy Mother's Day to all the mamas, all the baby mamas and baby mamas. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm not talking about your son like that. But every time he come in the game, I want to see Jericho Sims in the game. Two energy bigs going at it. Hey, and Turnbull says, I think Tibbs needs to make an adjustment for the upcoming game. We need to put the Pacers away so we can get out of this series healthy. Yeah, or as healthy as we can possibly get. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. I felt like when Cleveland won against Boston, I think that was our opportunity to get a day off, but then we lost to the Pacers. So there went that. And DSJ says, Sims can't have an impact if he doesn't play any minutes. Nobody puts a rifle in a soldier's hands fresh off the bus. Basic, yeah, yeah. But we want to make sure that we, just get minutes. Just get minutes. That's what we need from Jericho. Just energy minutes, man. Like for instance, one of the things I noticed a lot of people aren't talking about is Indiana played Obi Toppin at the 3 against us. Right? They played not every minute, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there are lineups with Zeke Jackson, Pascal Siakam, and Obi Toppin. And out of those 3, Obi is the more agile guy. He was covering Josh Hart. And what I'm saying in those moments where they try to go big over us, I think we need to adjust. Just a thought. Just a thought. When they go Obi, Pascal Siakam, and Zeke Jackson, and I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, I'm not picking on your son. I know it's Mother's Day, right? But yeah, I think we should probably consider matching with them. There was a stretch. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but there was a stretch towards the end of the game where Precious was on the bench and we were playing little, and Indiana got 3 or 4 offensive rebounds on the same possession and then wound up hitting a shot. And I think that was probably one of the parts of the game where you're like, if we just grab that rebound, we'd be up 3-0 right now. All right, so my guy is backstage. Let me cue up his intro. You know he only comes in on the intro, everybody, so hold tight. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with a man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real Anthony D. and your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy. Smoothest intro in the game. Salute, sir.
Absolutely. Good morning to you. Salute. Sorry I'm late. Salute to Nick Nation. Before I get started, I should say, let me wish every mother and soon-to-be mothers out there a happy and prosperous Mother's Day, especially to my mother, Vivia. You already know what you mean to me, the whole world. So, but salute to you all. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And Nick Nation, what's going on? Let's get it. Where we at, Uncle Freezy? Did Freezy disappear on me? Shall I hold it down? Let me hold it down. This will be.
Bro, we ain't here arguing on Mother's Day. Hold on, I'll be right
back. All right, let me hold it down. Salute to the chat. Mass R3, Long Island Sound, Eddie F. Knicks will be 2024. Salute to everyone that's in the chat. Are we back? Are we good?
Yeah, argue a little bit on Mother's Day. You know how that go.
You know how that go. You was 9 minutes late when I was popping out the first one. Right. Where the hell were you?
Where were you at? Talking about some damn cigars.
Salute to Miss Smoker. Happy Mother's Day to all the queens. Where we at, Uncle Freezy? Let's get it.
Somebody in the chat, I think if you scroll up about 20 or 30 comments, I think it's about 20 or 30 comments. They said you were late because you're afraid of the Knicks-Pacers rivalry or something like that.
Oh, my God. Nobody said that. Nobody was a true
Knicks fan. I'm searching for it right now. Who
knows AD? He ain't afraid of shit. Especially not the damn Pacers.
Right.
Like, how the hell did they get that name? Oh, it was a pace car, right? Because they up in Indianapolis. Is that how they got the name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's what y'all are. The pace car.
Yeah.
That's it. And if we see Reggie Miller in the house again, it's going to be a problem. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, man.
It was good. When I saw him after game 2 or during game 2, all of those memories just flooded. They just kept coming back. Like, can we really be civil to Reggie Miller? No. Me, I'd have been shouting, "Get the out!"
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you gave us nightmares.
Yeah.
Constant instability of thy sleep. You know what I'm saying? When he hit that 8 points, which is the free throw that John Starks missed.
Yeah. 2
free throws. My poor remote control was splattered in about 200 pieces, man. I hit that. I mean, like where I used to live, the bathroom was right connected to my room. So it was like, all right, 8 points, we good.
Yeah.
Let me step to the bathroom here and, do what I do. I don't think I took 8 seconds, Freezy.
No.
God damn it. I came out I'm lost for work. All of that is coming back right now. Lost for words.
Right.
Lost. And back then, I wasn't paying nothing besides giving my mom her little something per week. And it was like, you're going to have to pay for that remote control. You have to call the cable company or something.
Yeah.
Because I destroyed it, Freezy.
That's when I'm mad. When the cable remote used to be $60, bro. Down here, the cable remote used to be $60 for the Time Warner cable remote. Yo,
Time Warner.
Yo, oh my God, bro.
My man figured, because my man was early in getting rid of cable. And he figured out how to get into the boxes and just rig everything. you go to his house, he got like 15 boxes laid out, open up. Right. AD, hold that. That's you. That's yours. That's yours. Right. Oh my God. It was sweet when we had to, just give cable a little something, just keep it on. He was like, no. You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just get the basic,
Yeah.
whatever it was way back then, and everything, all the pay-per-view, all that was free.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to shout him out. And next thing you know, they go looking for him for
Next
old.
thing you know, like white men with windbreakers on, with letters on their back, is walking down the street. You're like, the
Absolutely,
DEA is here. Jeez, bro, it was only
absolutely.
cable.
Yeah, it was only
Justo
cable.
1-1. Thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says last game was JB in game 5 in overtime, just chucking and putting the cape on. I think he'll adjust and be a better decoy. Also, make free throws. If we do, we win.
We started out our playoff podcast, and I mentioned that, like, we have to be a better free throw team in the clutch. The last game, it is what it is. You know me. After a big loss like that, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just not doing all of that, right? But it's just one of those. We lost one of those in the last second. They didn't do anything to us crazy. The 4 offensive rebounds in that last minute. Look at those offensive rebounds. When they hit the rim, they bounced 75 feet. You know what I mean? So JB missed a couple of shots that he doesn't normally miss. We're injured, we're banged up, and yet we're still not looking for excuses, because that's just not who we are. We're not built like that. So I fully expect to bounce back, win this game. Whoever is out there, whether it's OG back or whatever, we will prevail, and that's it. No blame. I'm not gonna do that to this team. I'm not gonna do that to Tibbs. I'm not gonna blame him for these rash injuries like I just heard a few minutes ago. How can you keep playing these guys 45 minutes a game, 46 minutes? What is he supposed to do? I'm not even gonna mention their names.
Yeah.
What is Tibbs supposed to do in these dire straight moments?
Yeah, people bugging. It lets you know who knows sports and who don't.
It's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, you want to blame Boyan's injury on Tibbs? The man got on the court for 1 minute.
Yep. And gone that fast.
And going that fast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is what the playoffs are. These are things that we've spoken about before, long before the playoffs started, that every year somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
This year, it's a couple of people who've gotten hurt. And who's taking the brunt of that? We have.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean that you give up. Doesn't mean that all of a sudden you start pointing fingers and I knew it. If you only played Brunson 30 minutes back in December, this wouldn't be happening.
AD, you know what? I agree with you, but I want to say something to your point.
Absolutely.
My belief is that some players are not built to play a lot of minutes, but then other players have to get lathered up before they get in that zone.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You remember how Lennox Lewis used to put people away in the championship rounds?
Yes.
Remember Larry Merchant was like, and Lennox is playing with his food. He's only up 6 rounds to 4. And you know what I'm saying? And then the championship rounds start. You know what I'm saying? And then Lennox Lewis would have dudes with a knot the size of a cantaloupe on their head or whatever.
Right.
I think that's our identity is we need to get lathered up. That's our identity. We need those 40 minutes in order to get into that championship zone. Right? This is what this team is built for. If you're not built to get into that zone, then Tibbs don't want you. Right? Tibbs wants you to go to that dark place, bro. That place where you zone out everything. Maybe you got to play 37 minutes to get there. A lot of players don't enter that zone as soon as the game starts. They're not in there. It's hard to maintain that. Some players, it take them 34, 35 minutes Hey, salute to my guy Rel. We talk Mavs in the building.
Bro, up 2-1. I know you feeling good right about now, baby.
I
Kid
bet
for
you.
president.
Yeah, I bet you Rel and them talking so much trash right now.
Oh.
But y'all, if I was running Rel's channel, I'd be like, but y'all counted us out. Every comment would start with, but y'all said we wouldn't be here. That would be every comment that I make. But y'all said this was the OKC coronation.
Mm.
Y'all said this was the OKC coronation. It's their time. They drafted well, and now it's their moment. They're young. They're ascending. Rel is like, Rel.
I mean, they
Yo.
are. They
Yeah.
are. Who would you want to trade, like, overall? Who would you want to trade rosters with? You would
Dallas.
drive. Oh, I think I'd take. Well,
I'm not taking OKC roster, bro. I'm taking Dallas's roster right now.
okay. Well, you know what it is. I think I'm a prisoner of the moment, of the youth, because I always like to see youth rise, and they have a lot of talent. Guys that are. I mean, I'm not saying Dallas don't have talent. I'm saying they have a lot of talent that's under 25.
AD, that's my point. Who's younger than Dallas?
I think
Dallas
is OKC younger than Dallas?
they OKC may be younger than Dallas, but Dallas is young too.
No, Dallas is. I mean, yeah. I mean, what?
Dallas has like two or
Kyrie,
three
they're old
guys
headed.
that are old. But they got the Hardy kid, they got the Green kid, they got Luca. Bro, Dallas is young. They have like one or two guys. It's like the Knicks last year, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Knicks last year were very young, but we had guys like Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier on the roster, which made people think we were old. But we were young, bro. We're young right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes. We
But since we have Bogey and Alec Burks on the roster,
it
it
bumped
makes
up,
us, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But overall, we're a young team. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just for okay. I mean, Presti can draft.
Yeah,
You
he
know
can drive.
that we know. Can they win it all? He's drafted Hall of Fame talent before.
But he's never won it all before.
I picked Dallas in this series, but you're right. He's never won it. Never won it all before. I think he held what's the name, who was a former Knick. What's the coach name again? He held on to him.
Scotty Brooks.
Scotty Brooks. I think he held on to Brooks a little too long. I think he held on to and this may be blasphemous. I think he held on to the KD Westbrook thing maybe a year too long because that was fermenting.
Yeah.
That was bubbling because all of a sudden Westbrook said, his play said, I'm on par with KD.
Yep.
Right?
Go
ahead.
It was as simple as when we knew it was either KD or Russell Westbrook.
Right.
They should have easily picked KD over Westbrook. But they didn't. They tried to play it out. And they let KD get the free agency. And everybody knew he was gone.
But he was so temperamental, though. There was times when you remember one year when he was doing this pray for them and kill them shit? Doing all of that after every dunk or every made shot.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, yo, show enough.
Yeah, that's what he looked like when he came back from the foot injury. When he came back from the foot injury, when people were saying that maybe KD, maybe that's the best KD we've ever seen. Maybe he's, reached his climax. Remember he came back from the foot injury and he was looking rusty? And he was like out there like he was the last, like just like what you said. Every layup and one.
Yes, he was
doing the last dragon.
Pray for them and kill them, or kill them and pray for them, and
yeah, man.
Whatever kind of crap he was saying. So, and for him, and I've said this off camera. I know I didn't say this on. He's always been the little brother in the scenarios. He's always gone for the shield, something else, and that's no knock on him. Not disrespecting KD, because KD's one of the greatest ball players we've ever seen, but that's what it was. And he went someplace else where he thought, well, their style of play can fit me more so, and they have all of this talent, and I don't have to deal with Russell shooting 40 shots in a game.
Russell going 7 for 40.
I think it was 7 for 44.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I was besides myself in that game. I was like, what is he doing? Right? But that's what it was. And we saw what happened when they went up 3-1, and everything else is history. They couldn't close the deal.
And Steve Kerr ran that double drag screen play, which Westbrook was supposed to go over the screen, and Westbrook kept going under the screen on Klay Thompson, and Game 6 Klay is born. Right?
Klay picked up for everybody. He just when I think they were down 11, 12, and he kept chipping away. He kept everybody else wasn't, and he just put them over the top. And at the end of that game, I believe you see was it Game 5 where Steph walks around the perimeter of the OKC arena, and he's like, "We're not going anywhere. Right. We're not going anywhere." When I'm like, in my house,
right?
It's like you coming up in my house and walking on my couch.
I would have punched that dude dead in the neck.
What the what? Yeah. There would have to be some. No. We're not letting this far. Even if I thought about leaving at that point in time, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, but he messed around and let Klay stay hot until Curry got hot. And once Klay and Curry got hot at the same time, bro, I don't care what defense you run, it's over. It's back then when they were in their prime.
It was.
Remember, because Curry was having like an average type, below average to below average type game, but Klay was carrying them. Kerr was running the same play over and over and over,
and he could shoot without 2 dribbles. Yeah. He could shoot without a dribble.
Yeah,
laser, and he absolutely. I'm sure he's thinking about that. Like, look at all I did for this team.
Yeah.
Remember that game? How they gonna do this to me? How they not gonna give me my contract?
Game 6 Klay. He'll be in Brooklyn next year, though.
I could see it. I could definitely see him in Brooklyn because they got money to spend him or Philly.
Man, if Philly mess around and get Pascal Siakam and Klay Thompson, bro.
Names. I mean, sometimes you can throw names together and it works. Sometimes you can throw them together. We see what happens. Because.
But I'm not talking about them winning a chip.
You mean them being just good?
No, I'm saying them being in our way.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I still think Boston is the cream of the crop, right? What I'm saying is the last thing the Knicks need is for Orlando to get a point guard. Like for instance, the last thing that the Knicks need is for Orlando to trade for Darius Garland, right? Or for Philly to trade for Donovan Mitchell and Paul George, right? I do think Boston is the cream of the crop still right now, right? But I think we can beat Boston in a series. I think Boston is the regular season darling, and I think
yes, I was going to say that. All respects to Tatum. And their forwards, and his name is skipping me right now, but
Brown.
But no, I've never been afraid of them.
No, I think the Knicks. But the thing is, before the Knicks get to the Celtics, facing all those revamped teams is what I'm saying. That's the thing. I always. My fear has not been the Chicago Bulls. Remember the Jordan Bulls in the playoffs? My fear wasn't losing to the Bulls. My fear was all the obstacles in the way before we get to the Bulls. I think that's one of the things that happened to us in the 90s, where we had so many battles before we got to the Bulls that we were banged up before we got to Chicago, right? And Chicago is out here sweeping Cleveland in the first round. And you know what I'm saying? And then we get a pesky. Didn't we get a pesky Charlotte Hornets team one year?
Yep.
We got a pesky Charlotte.
I think we took them. Did we sweep them, or we take them in 5? I think we took them in 5. I can't remember. Something like that.
But the games were like,
But here's the thing though, Freezy. If another team is not trying to get better, then what are they doing?
Getting worse.
Or you standing still.
Yeah. which is still getting worse.
which is still getting worse because you're not getting better.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, look at that '80s Detroit team.
yeah.
They kept messing with the mix that they had until they had the right formula, and they kept knocking. They were knocking on the door. Remember, in '88 or was that '87? One of the two. Right?
Right.
When Isaiah Thomas, one of the greatest ball players we've ever seen,
Ever.
when Isaiah makes that bad inbounds pass and Bird steals it, and you hear, Johnny Most with his graggly ass voice.
I
the ball, and the ball is the
DJ. Bro, I hate Johnny Most, bro. And I'm sure he's resting in paradise somewhere.
But he was the biggest homer that you ever in Tommy Heinsohn. Everything. Tommy Heinsohn never seen a call against the Celtics that wasn't fair.
Right. The referees are always cheating against Boston.
Back then it was always, the thing is, he worked for CBS on a national front.
Yeah.
And you would think he'd have a bit more professionalism, but no.
He ain't care.
No.
It's what Brian Scalabrine does right now for Boston, bro.
Yes.
Bro, when you watch the Celtics broadcast, bro, it's like, I swear, it's like, I hate Boston, bro. I'm just saying,
always have. They've always been, the standard or the thorn, especially in the East. They've always been that. But you've got to go to the Isaiah point. They beat them the following year.
Right.
Okay. Remember, they're up 3-2 in Boston. Isaiah has the ball. Who else do you want to? But some guys and some things, he's not a good inbounds passer.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Some guys, you know what I'm saying? Warren Moon wasn't a very good flare pass, to the running back out the backfield. Everything else he could do, but that pass right there wasn't his best.
Warren Moon could not close games because he was a thrower, right? He was a thrower. Warren Moon wasn't good at turning around and giving the Warren Moon didn't have patience for 4-yard runs, bro. Right?
Was it that, or was it? Here's the thing: the run and shoot. Because remember, before the run and shoot came, and he's in Houston. They're the Oilers at the time. Warren Moon is still one of the best passers in the league. The run and shoot just fit what he did extremely well, which was the quick decision.
Yeah.
Right? And if you gave him a little bit more time, when he threw that deep one, and it's the Buffalo game. In Buffalo, I know we're way off topic here, Knicks fans.
Now you're talking about in 91, right?
Yes.
91. Yeah.
In Buffalo, when they're up 35-3, he can't shake that.
Yeah.
Because he was the head of the snake.
Yep.
He can't shake that. They're up 35-3 and everything go. Buffalo doesn't even have their number one quarterback in again. They got Frank Reich.
Yep.
Love Warren. Still one of the greatest quarterbacks to me in my mind. When he came back from Canada, the racism at the time was so rampant. I'm like, the Jets, like, you can't draft Warren? You can't sign Warren Moon?
Bro.
Who you got? Richard Todd?
They had Richard Todd and Ken O'Brien.
And then Ken O'Brien, and Pat Ryan and Johnny Ryan and all other effing Ryans.
And Meg Ryan.
And Meg Ryan and whoever else. Ryan's Hope. All of that.
Ryan's Hope.
My mother had me.
Had us talk about. Make sure you hit the VCR. Shout out to the moms, because they'll call you from their job. Make sure the VCR is on at 12 o'clock for Ryan's Hope.
I'm supposed to be in school.
Mom.
We had a day off there. God, that woman had me watching the soaps. Lord have mercy. Every single one of them. Oh, my God. I loved it. I can't lie to you though. I can't. There was some good drama TV, boy. Oh my God, in those days. But you see, the point is, even the stars, the greatest among us, makes mistakes. And to that point, today, we need to lessen the mistakes.
Yeah.
Especially from our star.
Yeah.
Hurt and all.
Yeah. He's gotta be more situationally aware. And Rel says, question, fellas, has Jalen Brunson already passed Ewing? Stop it, Rel.
They're gonna bar Rel from
I'm going to ban him from my
We're
life.
about to
ever
bar Rel.
I'm about to delete that man number out my phone right now, bro.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I saw that this week on ESPN. That was like one of the questions they asked, like before what I can't remember. I watched it for like a minute and a half. I'm like, dude, you guys are so in the moment. So disrespectful to the God. Are you serious? Come on. He's on his way.
Yeah.
But dear God, can we stop?
Yo, it's like asking a Mavs fan, yo, is Luka better than Dirk? Has Luka passed Dirk Nowitzki already?
Blasphemous.
No!
Blasphemous.
No, it's not even close.
Like, you know how much sweat and tears Dirk put into that?
Yes.
How many different teammates him and you would be a good parallel, except for he has the chip.
Yeah.
And Cuban did better by him than the Knicks did and that's just facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because you have Nick the Quick, Steve Nash, and eventually you get Kidd, and he kept changing the roster.
Stojakovic and Deshaun Stevenson and Sean Marion and JJ Barea but AD, I'm glad we're talking about Dallas, because I wanted to bring up this point. And I don't think people noticed this or not. I said it the other day and people looked at me and they were laughing. Right. And basically what I was saying is Rick Carlisle is basically recreating that Dallas team in Indiana. But here's the thing. The TJ McConnell and JJ Barea comparison, we don't even need to say any more about that. You know what I'm saying? The tough, the hard-nosed, short, white guy, get to the rim anytime he feel like it, is a nuisance. Looks like he could be a starter, but we all know he's only a star in his role. He's not a franchise point guard anywhere else, right? But here's the real comparison. The 6'4", 6'5", light-skinned point guard that is a all-time great in transition in the open floor, right? And I know Dallas Mavericks fans are going to say, don't you ever compare Tyrese Halliburton to Jason Kidd. But do they not have similar games? I mean, Halliburton is not going to dissect you in the half court, right? Jason Kidd at the second time in Dallas, he was not going to dissect you in the half court, bro, right? But in the open floor, if he ever got out and ran, bro, he's going to dissect you, bro.
He could find Dirk.
Yeah.
And he could find it. That was always, there's better point guards in history. Maybe two, maybe three. But he was always my personal favorite, right? Because he would reward the big guy.
Yeah.
If you got open, he'd see you.
Right.
And it was coming. And the pass might have been even there before you got there.
Because he could see the play before everybody else.
He could see the play because look at that Nets team. That Nets team has talent. Kenyon Martin was talented.
Right.
You know, Richard Jefferson, for all that we despise him,
he was
talented.
He was a great athlete, bro.
You know, great athlete. You know, Terry the hair, and you know they could, but without him, Kittles, without him being the head of the snake, immediately, if there's a trade that immediately worked, When they traded Kid for Marbury,
Marbury, yeah.
immediately
Lee, yeah. Yeah.
it was like OG to the Knicks. It fit hand to glove.
Yeah. Right.
Hand to glove. And he gets them to the finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so he was that kind of point guard, and he was not in a lesser sense. By the time he gets to Dallas, he's older or whatever, but he still has that. He still had that with the Knicks when he got here for that little one season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Melo's best year.
That's but and AD, I brought that up as a launch point for strategy, right? Because I think if you're the Knicks, you have to understand who Rick Carlisle is as a coach when he's effective. Right. When Rick Carlisle is effective, he has a Jason Kidd type point guard. He has the tough, hard-nosed guard off the bench that looks and listen, TJ McConnell looks like he could be a starter for another team, but he's not a starter. He looks good in his role in Dallas. The same thing with JJ Barea. JJ Barea looked like he could be a starter on another team, but no, he's not a franchise point guard. No. Right? He's just not, right? And my thing is understanding that Rick Carlisle's half-court offense is going to be questionable at best, right? His half-court offense, you see it, AD. You're not impressed. You saw all 3 games, right? Knicks versus Pacers, right? The Indiana half-court offense looks.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with them because they have, you can see where they have pieces that's needed.
Right.
And they're healthy. You could see, no, they need this, they need that, they need that, they need that. They're not impressing us. If we wasn't, you know, while we're watching, we're going, damn, if we're healthy, we're blowing these teams.
Yeah, you're not scared of them at all.
We're not scared at all. Like
at all, bro.
And you know, they had, you know, I liked the kid off the bench. What's his name? Jackson. I liked him coming into the draft. You know, coming into the league and so forth, but looking at their team, you're not like.
And we sorry, Miss Jackson. We're not picking on your son.
he ain't Tito, Marlon, and Randy. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Just to your point, they don't look like come on. This would be over in 4 if we were healthy. If we were halfway healthy, this would be over in 4.
In 4, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
But I did say 5 originally, but this would be over in 4. And this, I still believe this will be over in 5.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at Tyrese Halliburton's stats for his first few years in the league, bro. And bro, his stats, bro, from age 20 to 23 look just like Jason Kidd's stats, bro. From age 20 to 23, bro.
Indiana made a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
For themselves. That worked out for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, for both teams. Because I remember when I heard that Halliburton got traded, and I was driving somewhere and I pulled over because I fucking lost it. Excuse my language. I'm like, here we are needing a point guard, and how are we letting this go down? I think I was talking to Steph. Shout out to Steph and her channel. Please check out, you know, Steph's channel as well. But I remember calling her, me and her. She was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yes, it just happened 5 minutes ago." Because I always thought that kid was talented and he could shoot.
Yeah.
You know, but that was then. This is now. He's absolute fine. That worked out for both teams.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, you want a guard. You want to play with a dude that passes the ball and it's not afraid to pass the ball. But here's a part of the thing with him, and we've seen it a little bit here in the playoffs. Right. And even though he's injured, there's a time, and we saw it in Game 3, where you're the best player on the court. You have to shoot the ball.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can't go, you know, when they ask you in the fourth quarter, you got 2 points.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Even though you're the point guard, when you're the best player on the team, you have to be more aggressive. And the
Right.
first two games, you saw where he wasn't and what it got them.
Right.
But game three, he comes out and, even though we still should have won that game, but, on to the next.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, the Halliburton Jason Kidd thing, the more I look at it, bro, hey man, Halliburton early on may be a better player than Kidd. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm looking at Jason Kidd's field goal percentage, bro.
He
That
wasn't a
dude,
good shooter early
he
on.
was not a good
He's
shooter,
not
bro.
Halliburton shooting wise.
No, he is not, bro.
He's a set shot shooter.
Yeah.
His
I'm
jump
looking
shot is ugly. It's very ugly.
very ugly, bro.
Yeah.
That man first 2 seasons in the league, he shot 38% from the floor.
Yeah.
His first 4 years in the league, that man shot 38% from the floor, bro. That man only had one that man only had one season where he shot above 44% from the floor, bro. One.
Yeah.
As many seasons as Jason Kidd played, bro, he had one season of 44% from the floor, bro.
Yeah. An ugly shooter,
Yeah, man.
but a great director.
But a great orchestrator,
A
bro.
great orchestrator.
Yeah,
You
man.
could it's like what was my guy with Boston? Oh God. He
Dennis
went
Johnson,
no, he went with the '08 team.
Rondo.
Rondo.
Yeah,
Same thing.
same thing, bro.
Ugliest jump shot you'd ever want to see, but
But
put
he
him
won
on
the
the floor.
Yeah, but he won the Lakers a championship, bro.
But shit, he helped Boston win a championship.
Rondo in the bubble looked like Ray Allen from three, bro.
Yeah. His shot got
Allen,
as he got older, his
his shot was
shot
better.
got better,
Yeah,
just like kids. But it still wasn't nothing pretty. It still wasn't nothing to write home about.
right.
But
Well,
his effectiveness is for offensively is that he knows where to hit the guys where they want the ball.
right,
And he's another one of those players that's always around the ball.
right.
I remember him hitting the Knicks for like 18 assists one game. I think he had 18 assists, 18 points, 17 rebounds. He had some ridiculous stat line against the Knicks one Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Hey, bro. Did you know Jason Kidd shot 40% from the floor for his career?
yeah,
40% from the floor, bro.
yeah. I
Dudes,
would have
dudes
said
do
that.
that from three now.
Yeah. Well, shit. Look at Allen Iverson's field goal percentage
Oh
for his
God,
career.
yeah, yeah. Oh my,
That's like what 41, 42,
yeah. And it was on high volume.
and high volume. But the game is a he comes up and they come up in the game when the game was more defensive.
Yeah,
So that's a part of it as well. But just them being natural shooters to some of these people, hell no, they're not. They're nowhere near.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so the reason why I brought that up is not to diminish Jason Kidd's accomplishments. He's a Hall of Fame point guard, right? Jason Kidd's a Hall of Fame point guard. What I'm pointing out is if you understand your opponent, you are better able to strategize against what they do well if you understand their tendencies, right? And I think that's what the Knicks. I think that's what the Knicks should focus on right now. Like they're not gonna be out there. Halliburton's not gonna be out there, creating 3-point looks for everybody, especially that Halliburton is hobbled,
Yeah,
right? With
I,
him
I
being
see.
hobbled,
I see. Eddie F asked the question: would Kid struggle in today's league with a lack of a 3-point shot? I think his 3-point shot got better in the end, but being that today's game is more so of high volume, hell no.
yeah, yeah. Now, when Jason Kidd returned to Dallas, he had a season of 46% from three, 40% from three, 42.5 from three, and then, of course, in his age 37 and 38 years. You shouldn't really count those, but he shot 34 and 35% from three respectively. And his last year in the league and with the Knicks, he shot 35% from three. But those are all better than what he used to do when he first got into the league.
Yeah, he got better.
So would he be a prime Jason Kidd, in my opinion, would probably be in today's NBA where you can't touch guys, where you can't hardly do anything to guys. And Jason Kidd was just that big, that strong, that fast, that quick. I think he dominates today's NBA, bro.
He dominates.
Yeah, I think he dominates.
His triple doubles are gonna go
through the roof. Yep. Justo11, thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says, thoughts on our team first quarter struggles recently. It looks like just miscommunication, outforced TOs. What's the adjustment for a dominant game? What I would ask is, which first quarter struggles are you talking about? Are you talking about our lack of rebounding in the first quarter?
Yeah.
You talking about our lack of rim protection in the first quarter? Are you talking about our lack of scoring in the first quarter? Because we've been on the struggle bus with a few different topics. At some point, you got to give Indiana credit also, right? Because it's not just open gym, open run, right? So my point would be, just go out and play your game at the beginning of the game, and if Indiana made adjustments, then you make adjustments to the adjustments at halftime. And Tom Thibodeau has been doing that. For where we struggled in the first quarter, our third quarters have been immaculate. So, yeah.
It's for me, and I don't want to complain about his game and so forth, but Hartenstein early in these games is on the defensive side is not good.
He's soft.
Yeah. And that's been like the running theme. As the game progresses, he gets, more and more impactful and more forceful on that. But I would like for him to start out a little bit more aggressive on that side. Especially, I saw a couple of layups in front of him. And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to gobble that.
Oh, bro, he finished the last game with 2 personal fouls, bro.
Yeah, you need to throw your weight around. I know you want to protect because you only got that many players, so you want to throw that into it as well.
Right.
So he's trying to, preserve himself. But some of these, early, I would like to see a little bit more force, just a tad.
Yeah, and but here's the thing. Are you preserving fouls and getting your team down by 10? Because if you are, what's the point?
What's the point? Because
you
he's preserving
yourself
fouls.
a foul trouble. Are you going to be an offensive hub in the second half and bring us back? No.
Right.
That's not a realistic trade-off.
Right.
The thing is, if you get in foul trouble early, but the Knicks are winning, then we can adjust that on the fly. We can take it out here, bring in Sims there, tinker. But with you on the floor, allowing guys layups at the rim, and we're down 10 with our best player hurt, how does that benefit us?
Yeah. He's got to throw his weight around a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know you want to preserve, but you got to throw your weight around. This is like this is really and truly your money time. And he hasn't hurt his money in the offseason. No way, no how. But you want to solidify who you are, and what the Knicks need, and they need a consistent 4 quarters from you. Especially when it comes to that part of the game, because you are our big.
Right. Can I say something controversial right here to you?
I
gotta say something controversial too, and it's not. And AD, listen, and don't judge me. Don't judge me because I'm Caribbean, bro.
I never judge you.
I know how people like to judge Caribbeans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me when I say this, bro. Legit, hand to the man, bro. I would trade Hartenstein for that backup for the center in Dallas right now. That young curly head boy, The one that can jump out the gym? You know what I'm talking about? I
Yeah.
will trade Hartenstein for him right now. That boy don't have no breaks, bro.
I know, but Hartenstein, he gives you so much offensively.
Like
Like
what? Like what does he give you offensively? I'm just asking.
the pick and roll, the back doors, you know, he can handle the ball above the free throw line. It's not just a pick and a handoff. You have to watch him because if you turn your head, he will make the pass.
Right.
So that, and we've seen him do that for the last 2 years, and he's only gotten better at that part of the game.
I understand.
So I don't want to kill him too much. You know what I mean? Because that part of the game is very effective because we've seen him, key passes, finding DiVincenzo, and that's a name that we haven't even talked about in God knows how long. Dante DiVincenzo, Dante Inferno. Ooh, I thought he was going to take us home the other night.
Yeah. Hey, you know why he didn't take us home the other night?
Head to the mat.
You know
my God!
You know why he didn't take us home the other night, right?
Tell me.
Because our guards wouldn't pass him the ball.
Somehow, some way, Freezy. I'm like, he's hot.
Why?
He's on fire. What are we doing?
I love Brunson, right?
I love Brunson. Yes.
But bro, when that man hit a three, right? And then he hit that heat check three in the corner. And we go down and get the rebound, and Jalen Brunson comes down and goes to the rim and throw up a bunny that's short. I could have snatched Brunson out of his jersey when he did that, bro. And there were 2 more trips down the floor where Dante was hot, waiting for the ball.
Yes.
And Jalen Brunson going to the rim and throwing them up short. And you're like, bro, come
and
on.
I'm like, J baby, JB, I'm with you.
Right.
And those are shots when you're not hurt, those are going down. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But the first one that he did when he went wide left and he throws it like he's expecting it to go up high off the right side. And I'm like, you're only 6 feet tall.
Right.
You're trying to go around Miles, and that just didn't. Dante was absolutely, woo! He was championship game hot. Good. Yeah, and that man was on fire.
And Dante told him off, bro.
I would have too.
They was walking back to the huddle. Dante was in his head the whole time, like you don't know what they were saying. Yeah. And then the next time they got a steal. Brunson was leading the break the other way, and then he did the behind the back pass to Dante, who was behind him, and then Dante hit that three. And then Dante was like, "Man, I told you I was." So you could see him.
He is so hot, Freezy. If you had kept on gearing your offense to find him up, this pick, that pick, double screen, whatever. All what's going to open up is the back door is definitely going to open up because someone's got the role is going to open up, and he's not a selfish ball player, so eventually he's going to make that dump down. If you just kept on focusing, because he was on fire.
But the point guard decided to come down 3 straight trips. And
made no sense. If there's a critique in JB's game, and that like. Is it you? Is it Tibbs? Is it a combination of both of y'all right there? How are y'all not? This man is absolutely hitting shit from the parking lot.
Right. And listen, and we're not bashing Brunson, but what we're saying is, in order to beat playoff caliber teams, you have to play the team game. Yeah. The team game, even in clutch moments. In clutch moments, Michael Jordan passed the ball to John Paxson. In clutch moments, Jordan passed the ball to Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he said that game 6 last year bothered him all year.
Yeah. And it should have.
And as far as the passing, him not passing, the ball and Hart missing it twice, him missing Hart twice. And Freezy, there's moments when the star has to take the shot and make the shot. We already said that already.
Right.
That wasn't the game for it because the star was hurt.
You remember Clyde Frazier's best game as a pro? Game 7, the Willis game, right?
The Willis game.
That man had 36 points, right? But how many assists did he have?
We had 19.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's those type of things, bro. When you're the point guard, bro. Like there were games with the Pistons where Isaiah Thomas legit, the game where Isaiah Thomas sprained his ankle. Remember the Isaiah Thomas sprained his ankle game?
Yes.
And he went to that place. He was on the bench like, oh my God. That is one of the gutsiest performances I've ever seen. But you know what else happened in that series? Joe Dumars set the NBA record for points and a half in that same series. Right? You know why? Because Joe Dumars got hot and everybody else got out of the way and let Joe Dumars cook.
And sometimes it just has to be that way, Freezy, because the game calls for it.
Because the game calls for it.
And like I said, he's not the kind of player where he would have been so selfish where he'd have missed the obvious openings from the defense, coming more towards him because he's on fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was, what was that game we used to look back in the day? Double dribble. He was double dribble on fire.
Dribble hot. Yes.
Right? So it made no sense. So, and that's us beating ourselves.
That's us beating ourselves.
That's not even Indiana. That's just us beating ourselves. So, we don't tend to make those mistakes twice. We know who we are. They're going to come out. They're going to come out and they're going to play. Josh Hart's going to do what Josh Hart does. DiVincenzo's going to do what DiVincenzo does.
Right.
And Brunson's going to take us home.
Yep. And you know what? You know what else? That's one of the reasons why I fought Carmelo Anthony a lot. And I love Melo, right? But there were games where J.R. Swish was so hot. You're like, bro, there was a game, I think it was J.R. Smith and Steve Novak were so hot that you were like, yo, just, man, give J.R. Smith the ball and get out of the way. Nope. Pump fake, jab step, pump fake, rip through, jab step, pump fake, fade away. And you're like, come on, bro. J.R. Smith had 20 points.
J.R. was so temperamental. And I don't mean as a person. I mean like his on court. He's really one of the most talented shooting guards over the last 20 years.
Yeah, J.R. Smith, physically gifted, right?
Physically gifted.
And skill. But upstairs,
I saw that man in Denver come off the wing on the right side, slightly at the free throw line when he got the pass, two-hand. It looked like some shit out of a game.
Yeah.
Throwdown.
Yeah.
I saw him hit 10 threes in Denver.
Yeah.
But when it comes to you having to be like, all right, we're going to count on you, that's where things would go awry with JR.
Right.
Like him posting during the playoff games, him posting pics of Rihanna or whoever the hell the woman was. And, he's on a date and this and the third and whatever. It's like, yo, JR, we in the playoffs, my guy.
Right. Like, JR, come on, bro.
I mean, don't get it twisted. In Game 7 for Cleveland, he shows up.
Yeah.
Right? But
the only one that showed up.
Beside the he shows up. He showed up, but he had that kind of game to show up.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But he was you wouldn't know from moment to moment, from game to game with JR. That's it.
Right.
JR wouldn't have been in New York if it wasn't for Melo. Let's remember that.
Right.
JR was in China.
Yeah. Yeah, he couldn't come over till the Chinese season ended. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember that, man. No doubt. My thing though is my fault with Melo is when guys were hot, Melo wouldn't necessarily. Melo was in love with the cocoa, right? That man was legit. He in love with the cocoa. He didn't
Baking
want to.
soda. I got baking soda.
Yeah, yeah. That man did not want to pass that ball, man. That man did not want to give the ball up, and for that reason alone, a lot of the greatest dudes to ever play the game don't have George Gervin, bro. Guys, scoring machines, bro. They listen. Listen. I love Melo, and Melo. If you watch it, it's not a slight, right? It's not a slight on Melo. Basically, Melo had more faith in himself than he had in other people, whether he want to admit that aloud or not. But you can
But at
tell.
times he needed to, Freezy.
I understand.
Remember now, and I'm not. There's validity to what you're saying. Come on, right? Remember the Boston series, Freezy.
Yeah, I remember the Boston series.
The closeout game.
Yep.
The Knicks then, right? When you up 20 in a quarter, especially the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be done.
Done. Right. They supposed to be packing for Cancun.
The Knicks are up 24.
Yeah.
Or was it 28? Something like that.
It might have been 28.
Boston riddled it all the way down to 2 points.
Yeah.
Uncle Ray was afraid to bring the ball up. Couldn't get the ball over half court.
Yep.
Melo had to then start taking the ball, bringing up the half court, making the decision, hitting the three. Melo basically closed out that game. Why? Because you could see there was guys that the moment was just too big for.
Right.
And Melo had to do that. So if you want to say there were times when guys were hot and Melo should have, absolutely. But with that particular team, I remember that game like it was yesterday.
Right.
If Melo did not put on, if he didn't put on the cape in the fourth quarter in those last 2 minutes,
yeah.
Remember we were up 3-0.
Right.
In that series.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not saying this again that you don't have to make a great point, but I can't with the Melo slights. It drives me bananas.
But I'm the AD. I'm not slighting Melo. I'm giving praise to JR.
Not you per se, but over the years, the slights of Melo has driven me bananas because it's unfair.
Right. Because there were games when, and people will act like they don't remember, but there were games when Raymond Felton looked like a top 3 point guard in the NBA. And it didn't happen often.
The San Antonio game?
Yeah, it happened
game, the Miami game.
Yeah, it happened enough for us to put Ray Felton on the radar. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: you're not gonna get a Dante DiVincenzo game like this in every playoff series. You're gonna get one, and I felt like the Knicks wasted it. Right? Dante's not gonna have you. Dante's not gonna. If you expect Dante to have another game.
But he's
today,
been good
like he had in game 3.
But the last 4, if you've noticed, ever since the end of the Philly game, I think it was 23 in Philly. I don't think he scored less than 23 points over the last 5 games.
Right. I'm talking about 35 points, 80. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that he's not going to show up. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean? Okay. Yeah, that was.
I'm talking about carrying the team. Like Dante DiVincenzo is not going to be able to carry the team for the next 1, 2, 3 games with OG Anunoby is out. That's not how he's built. He's not built like that. Where OG Anunoby is out, we have to do it strength by numbers, right? Strength by numbers is how we have to do it. Now, mind you, Dante had a great game, but you will know who else contributed to? Alec Burks and Deuce McBride had better games than they normally would have. And that's part of the reason why the Knicks were in this game. Think about this, when you get Dante going off, you get Deuce scoring, you get Alec Burks from out of nowhere getting you 14 points, You can't count on that every game. That's why when it occurs, you have to take advantage of it.
But here's the thing, though. Were you surprised?
Yes, slightly. Not with Dante, though. I'm talking about with all three of those things happening at once.
At once. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. But I think I was more surprised of the shots that Dante was hitting.
Okay.
Not that he hit all the threes,
right.
but the difficulty of the threes
and the confidence, bro.
I said it like I've been telling someone, like, you have to play Burks.
Yeah, you got to play Burks, bro.
He's a vet. You have to play Burks.
You got to play Burks.
Have to.
Right.
And he did a professional workman-like performance. If we won that game, it'd have been Burks would have been the talk of the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd have been genius stroke by Tibbs. He plucks in Burks at the right time. Yeah. He had to play him.
Yeah.
He's got to play him today. And it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So to your point, we can't count on another Dante's Inferno, but would I be surprised?
Would you be surprised? No. But here's the thing. We can't, as Knicks fans, we've been watching them all year. Now, listen, I've been watching the Knicks for my entire life, right? But to keep things in perspective, I'm talking about this version of the Knicks, right? Right. And I tell AD this all the time, and he always laughs in my face, and I feel so disrespected when he do it. But my first favorite team was the Harlem Globetrotters because I was young and I didn't know better. Thank you, AD. Right on cue, AD. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Right on cue. Thank you.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I love the Harlem Globetrotters. You know what I'm saying? That everyone once in their life should see a Harlem Globetrotters performance, but your favorite team?
Bro, I didn't know they were imaginary, bro. I was a kid. I thought everybody had a 6'8" point guard like Metal Lock Lemon. I didn't know.
Aren't they like 7,001? I think they lost like one game. They lost like one game. Yeah. To their credit, though, there's a little history for those. The Harlem Globetrotters, I think, once played the NBA champions one year and they beat them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that
game. Somewhere in the 70s. I remember in the 70s. Yeah. They used to play real games at one point in time, but that just wasn't, the aura of who they were. They were out here to make people feel good about themselves and have a good time during the game. But shout out to the Harlem Globetrotters and Freezy's favorite team.
Yeah, bro. I thought that's how teams had to be built. I thought you had to have a tall point guard, and then a shooting guard with super handles, and then two forwards that could jump out the gym and shoot the three. You remember the 4-point play? Remember the 4-point thing they used to shoot? They used to have the Globetrotters logo on the floor. It was like a 4-point shot.
Magic Johnson ruined it for a lot of teams. Kind of like how Steph ruins it for a lot of teams today. Kind of like the same thing. Like every time we saw a big guy, 6'8", 6'9", that can handle the ball a little bit. Oh, it's the next Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
What was my guy out of Maryland? They used to call him Walt Williams. They used to call him the Merlin.
The Wizard. They used to call him
the Wizard or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I thought Walt Williams. Didn't Walt Williams go to NC State?
Maryland.
And I said Maryland. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Coming into the league, oh my God! Yeah. I thought Walt was gonna be
it.
Jalen Rose, 6'8", can handle the ball. We thought, no, not Magic Johnson.
Yeah, we were like, when we first saw Penny Hardaway, we was like, man, he just trying to be Jalen Rose.
Penny might have been the closest. If Penny doesn't get hurt, Penny might have been the legit 6'8" guard, a la Magic, just more explosive.
More explosive.
Steve Smith, 6'8".
Him and Matt Staginga in the backcourt. Him at the point, Matt Staginga at the 2. They used to, yeah.
None of them Magic.
Yeah, Syracuse had a guy. I don't know.
Billy Owens.
Billy Owens. Billy
My
Owens.
brother kills me about Billy Owens because I used to tell Billy Owens was a hell of a college ball player.
Yeah.
Billy Owens in the NBA was something different.
Billy Owens gave you Magic Johnson vibes because on any given play, he could play point guard or center and
Yes.
anywhere in between, right? Anywhere in between. There was a game where he dunked on Illinois, and I don't know if people remember the Flying Illini with Kendall Gill and Lou Bardo and Nick Anderson and Marcus Liberty
Oh yeah.
and all of the
Oh
flying.
yeah.
Billy Owens has a dunk in that game where it's the most, bro. I swear he better not ever go there. They're gonna arrest him, bro. Because what he did to Illinois, now Illinois won the game, right? Illinois won the game, and then they went to the Final Four and lost to Michigan, who was also stacked
Yeah.
with Glenn Rice and Terry Mills and Gary Grant
And
and all of them guys.
Higgins.
Ramil Robinson.
Ramil Robinson.
and
Oh
all
my
them guys.
God. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
man.
oh
They were stacked also, but man, Billy
Glenn
Owens.
was just a beautiful shooter on that Michigan team. God, that man could shoot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Glenn Rice was just
Yeah.
his name doesn't get mentioned enough as one of the greatest pure shooters that this game has ever seen.
Ever.
Because when the money was on the line, I'm not talking about Knicks Glenn Rice when we got him and he had plantar fasciitis, whatever. And I think we made the playoffs with him one year. He was on our team, but I'm talking about
the fit wasn't right with him, bro.
No, I'm talking about Michigan.
Yeah.
Miami
Glenn Rice was
Charlotte
Glenn Rice was a problem, bro.
He torched John Starks in the Garden, I think, for 46 one Saturday afternoon. And after the game, on the post conference, he was like, "I told that young man to stop talking to me."
yeah.
Like Glenn was John Starks is 6'3". Glenn Rice is 6'8".
Yep.
All he had was effort. And he couldn't do nothing with Glenn Rice that afternoon.
Right.
Glenn Rice was a different, like I said, he doesn't get mentioned as one of the great shooters. When you hear, yes, Curry, Steph, they're the greatest, but there's a lot of. We should do a show on that.
I got before we wrap in like these last 10 minutes or so. My cousin asked me. Mm-hmm. About I said something in the 90s and my cousin will never let me live it down, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to ask you because you're a basketball man.
I like to think so.
My cousin said, he asked me, right, in the heat of the moment, we were doing some stuff with grown-ups do, right? Mm-hmm. And he asked me, do you still believe Mitch Richmond is a better shooting guard than Clyde Drexler? And so I'm going to ask you, do you think who is the better shooting guard all time, Mitch Richmond or Clyde Drexler?
Clyde. I don't even have to think on that, and that's no disrespect to Mitch. Clyde was legitimately the second best shooting guard of his era, but the distance between him and number one is so far.
Yeah.
You see, Mike is 1, Clyde is 2, and you could pick who you want to be 3, 4, 5 after that. But Clyde, in my mind, was the second best shooting guard of his era.
Oh, man, I don't know, bro.
Ultra dominant. He could pass. He could defend. What hurts Clyde is the eventual matchup between him and Mike. And I don't know who said it, that Clyde was a better 3-point shooter than Mike, or Mike couldn't really shoot the 3 or whatever. He's just not the guy to say he can't do something.
Yeah.
or say the guy he's going up against is better than him at anything.
At anything, bro.
That man went out and hit 8 straight threes.
Yeah. Michael Jordan, people forget Michael Jordan played point guard after the All-Star break for 30 games.
Yes.
And almost averaged a triple-double.
Yes.
Michael Jordan, think about Michael Jordan at point guard. Right? Just that alone is scary. That man, and then with the triple-double, he missed it with rebounds. He didn't miss it with assists.
And Clyde could do those things. There's no shame in being number 2 when it comes to that comparison. But is he better than Mitch Richmond? Hell yeah.
No, I can't.
Hell yeah. It's better than Mitch.
No.
What's the furthest Mitch got his team? And I don't mean his run with the Lakers when he was just
he was old. No, we not.
What's the furthest he got his teams?
No, I'm not counting.
Those run TMC teams were cute.
Yeah, the Sacramento teams too.
Cute. They weren't a force.
But in my mind, that's not fair because
they were not a force. Freezy.
Yeah, in my mind, it's not fair.
Sometimes the hand you're dealt is just the hand you're dealt.
Yeah.
Let's understand something. Hold on a second, Freezy. To that point. A journeyman point guard by the name of Robert Pack took Denver as the 8th seed and they beat Seattle.
I remember. Yo, you don't remember telling you the Robert Pack baby mama story?
Yes. We never heard of Robert before.
Yeah.
And we probably never heard of Robert since.
Right.
Mitch don't have that on his resume.
Right. Nah, man. No, I agree with you, but I think if that's the stance that we take, then a lot of guys are going to be forgotten to history, like Bernard King, like Dominique Wilkins, like Alex English.
But those guys have memorable showdowns. Like you remember Dominique Bird. You remember where you were thinking, whoa. I'll give you another one. Chuck Persons, Larry Bird.
Chuck Person, Larry Bird, yeah. When Chuck Person was carrying Reggie Miller. People forget Chuck Person was carrying Reggie Miller, bro.
Chuck was the man that Chuck was there first. It was Chuck's team. He was the rifleman.
Yeah, from about 88 to about 90. About 90.
Nah, from 86.
No, I'm talking about carrying Reggie Miller. I'm not talking about Chuck when Chuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. He carried Reggie Miller for like 3 years, bro.
No, it wasn't Reggie's team. It was Chuck. It was Detlef Schrempf.
Yep.
You know, and then Reggie ascended. But originally it was Chuck. So Mitch doesn't have any of those. Right. Mitch didn't scare anybody in those playoff moments like, we may go home. No.
I think we're putting him in a category with Glenn Robinson, though, when we do that. You remember the big dog? Remember how good Glenn Robinson was?
It's a fit. I compared Big Dog to Randall the other day.
Oh my goodness, no, you didn't.
It's a fair comparison.
No, it's not fair, bro.
The only thing that Big Dog has more playoff moments. A fair comparison.
I gotta go back before I say something crazy. I just want to look.
Because if you remember, that Milwaukee team was stacked.
Yeah.
That Milwaukee team was supposed to beat Philly.
Yeah.
They should have been the ones that should have been playing against the Lakers that year, and not Philly. It would have been a much better series. Yeah. Big Dog, Tim Thomas, Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen.
Yeah.
They had what?
Yeah.
They had an absolute squad over there. And then they broke it up when they brought in George Karl and his nonsense.
Right. They brought in George Karl and Ray Allen was supposed to get paid. They had Michael Redd on the bench. He was promising. And they figured, hey, we can trade Ray Allen.
They trade Ray Allen and
for Gary Payton
at the time, which is like, I get it. You like a player.
Right.
You want a certain player to be able to come on court or come into the situation and give them your game plan, right? And be the person that says this is how the coach wants to do things. Gary Payton at that time was like 35 years old. Ray was like 27. Yeah. Ludicrous.
But he was about to get paid though, bro.
Freezy, you have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to let George Karl convince you to trade your best asset, your homegrown asset that you drafted less than 5 years. Are you mad?
Yes, because George Karl is. Yeah, what organization do you link George Karl to? Like, if you think about George Karl's coaching career, you have him linked to Seattle, right? You know who I have him linked to? Milwaukee. He coached there twice, bro. I asked my cousin that. You know who my cousin said?
Yes, he did.
Denver. My cousin said he linked George Karl to Denver. Right. My thing is people fall in love with like these coaches and things of that sort, bro. Yeah, exactly. Somebody else said Denver also. Yeah. My thing is with George Karl is when you have a love affair with a certain coach, bro, you'll listen to them and let them do whatever. Right? My thing is with Mitch Richmond is I think a lot of great play. Like I'll give you an example. One of the greatest scorers the NBA has ever seen is a dude who played small forward for the Golden State Warriors, a dude named Purvis Short. Mm-hmm. He used to give your team buckets, and you were like, why they not guarding Purvis Short? Who is Purvis Short? Bro, that's what I think Mitch Richmond is, right? To people like, yo, who is Mitch Richmond? I know he made the All-Star team every year, but why is he killing Jordan in the one-on-one? Because Jordan can't guard him, bro.
Yeah, but at some point, though, Freezy, you have to have something. As time goes on, you have to have something tangible. You have to have something memorable that he did for your organization. You understand? It's how I'm able to rattle off Bernard King memories when I was 13 years old.
Right.
40 years ago.
Bro, I know.
You see what I'm saying? In order to stand out against those legends, if I really sat here and thought about it and gave me an hour, I'd come up with great Clyde games. No question.
Great Clyde games.
Going back to 5 Slammer Jammer.
Right.
I think your problem is because that the Knicks drafted Darryl Walker instead of drafting Clyde Drexler.
I think you're
that's where you're hurt.
I think you're absolutely right. You need to get over it. You need to get over it. Bro, the Knicks love drafting point guards that wear number 11. They love number 11. So what? They were like, yo, we can't draft a number 11. You know what? We'll just sign a number 11 in free agency. Maybe that'll work. And it did.
We got one now.
Yeah, and it did.
They got one now.
Darryl Walker was, oh my God, Frank Ntilikina, bro.
You gotta let it go, Freezy.
Yeah, I know. Let it go. I know. Looks like another love TKO.
Doom. On that note, let's get out of here, Freezy.
I'm out of here, bro. What was that you was drinking? You was drinking Bailey's on the rocks?
No. This is a concoction of what is this? Moscato.
Okay.
Moscato. Okay. Got to keep it light. Got to keep it bright. Got to hang out with the moms tonight. Damn, that rhymed. Yeah. We don't know where this journey started, but we know where it ended. It ended with you. Look for me and Freezy in the whirlwind. Garvey.
Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there.